Hello, YouTube. I'm going to go live on Instagram. I'm going to share with you guys some light tips for Thanksgiving as a vegan and as a person that may be on a weight loss journey. Okay, so I know I haven't made a video in some weeks, but I've been really preparing for the bombshell method. If you guys have not heard about the bombshell method, please subscribe to my email list and you'll get to learn all about it. But let's go live on Instagram. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll probably direct my attention over this way because I don't have many people on my YouTube that go live. Hey y'all, so I am live from my YouTube channel and my Instagram channel. And tonight we're going to talk about, I feel nice and cozy sitting back. Tonight we're going to talk about some Thanksgiving tips for vegans and people that are on like a weight loss journey that, want to know like how to be proactive for Thanksgiving. Thank you for the compliments. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, so I'm gonna go over just a few tips on Thanksgiving. And you guys know I'm Rashida Joy. I am a certified nutritionist, plant-based nutritionist, and a fitness coach. I've been coaching for over 10 years and been a nutritionist for over 7 years. And I've been vegan for 8 years, makes 8 years. You've been looking for my page. I can't stay but I'll write your name down. Oh yeah. I'm glad you found me. Guys, welcome to the live. If you guys have questions about anything that I say, please feel free to chat and write it down. And, I'll get to questions and things like that. Somebody said, do you go to school? What's your number grade? I don't know what that means. Do I go to school? I'm trying to say I look so young. Like I must be in school, something like that. But okay, guys, so let's get into these tips. So, number one, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. All right. So, Thanksgiving, you have people that want to like do these workouts and stuff like that before Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving Day. They're like, I'm gonna do a turkey run. They go on like turkey runs, or they'll be like, I'm gonna do these CrossFit workouts before you eat. And in two ways, I'm gonna go with my first mind. My first mind is like, you can't out train a bad diet, right? Like we've all heard that before. So it's not like whatever you work out, you can just eat in calories, right? It's like a really bad mindset. And, to have the idea like I can work out so I can eat. Like we don't want to have that type of relationship with food. Okay. Like we want to have a healthy relationship with food, right? Especially on a day like Thanksgiving. So that's one. Second, okay, so if let's say it's a regular Tuesday or something, right? And you're eating a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of sweets, or like, I don't know, you went somewhere and there's a bunch of sweets, right? So when you work out and you strength train, that sugar that you eat will have a place to go. It'll be able to feed the muscle. So the calories will still be the calories, but the sugar, the candy yams, the cake, the sweet potato pie will actually be able to feed your muscle. So it's not a bad idea to do a workout, but this is where I stand with it. Okay. So if you work out on Thursday, right? If you work out on Thursdays, every Thursday you work out, then do your workout on Thursday. Okay. But if you don't work out on Thursday, Thursday is your rest day, right? Then make Thursday your rest day. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't or avoid um creating this unhealthy relationship with food. Okay. Like, enjoy your Thanksgiving Day meal. Okay. Enjoy it. Don't feel like, "Oh, I gotta work out and I gotta do all this stuff and I gotta," no, because if you've been consistent with your workouts, if you've been consistent with your workouts, if you've been eating healthy throughout the year, if you've been, doing well, one day is not going to wreck all the progress that you've done throughout the year. Okay? So if you've been consistent and you've been working out and you've been, doing the work, just because you have a Thanksgiving Day meal is not, even if that meal rolled over to 2 days, which I'm gonna talk about, you will still be fine. Okay. Just keep your normal routine. Another point that I would make for Thanksgiving Day is, don't get the attitude of being greedy, okay? Like, get up in the morning, have your breakfast on Thanksgiving Day. Have your breakfast. I know some people got the greedy mentality, like, oh, I'm gonna save room. I'm gonna save room for the meal. And like, no, just go ahead and have your breakfast, have your brunch, eat food. Okay, eat your regular, I mean, not your regular meal, but eat breakfast, and then you can have dinner whenever it's served. Some people serve Thanksgiving at 2 o'clock. Some people serve Thanksgiving at 6 o'clock. Okay, but don't, again, with building a healthy relationship with food, avoid, I'm not gonna eat nothing until it's time, and that will cause you to overeat. And honestly, you won't even enjoy your food as much because you're scarfing it down and starving. Okay, so there's another healthy tip: make something really good for breakfast. I mean, I think should enjoy time with your family, time with your friends, being thankful for the funds to be able to have such a meal. Enjoy your day. Okay. Yeah, so don't exercise if it's not like your normal behavior. All right. If your normal behavior is to exercise on Thursday, then go ahead and exercise on Thursday. But if you don't feel any like guilt about it or anything like that. All right. Now some of you guys are like vegan or newly vegan, and you get this idea like, oh, I'm going to make some kind of alkaline burro banana mashed potatoes. I'm gonna make it a whole wheat crust with papaya. I'm gonna make it alkaline. And again, if that's your normal behavior, right? Like if that's how you normally eat, then go ahead and do that. But I personally don't do too much experimenting on Thanksgiving. Okay, and I don't think a lot of people in their family like a bunch of experimentation on Thanksgiving for Thanksgiving, like the Thanksgiving meal. Okay, so those that are vegan, this is the time to kind of use some things that you know. Okay, use some products that you know. Keeping it vegan, of course, right? Keeping it vegan, keeping it plant based, and we'll talk more about like how to make things plant based, but making sure like, all right, don't try to make no burro banana mashed potatoes. Like, unless you're alkaline vegan and that's like your lifestyle, but not really the time. Like this is a time where you actually can have the potatoes, sweet potatoes, brown potatoes, whatever potatoes you want, because you don't normally eat them like often. Okay. Now, there's a lot of you guys that have these Thanksgiving Day soul food meals often. There's a lot of y'all that be having candy yams throughout the year. Okay. Um, I personally don't have candy yams throughout the year, nor do I personally have a bunch of mashed potatoes and even collard greens. I don't do collard greens like a lot throughout the year. I do, probably the same boring stuff, kale and uh, you know, asparagus and broccolis and things like that. Sometimes collard greens, like if I go out, but they take a lot of work. Like they take a lot of work to make like a good pot of collard greens, right? So this is why we enjoy it during Thanksgiving. Okay. So um going over the tips, don't feel like you have to exercise because you know how long it takes to burn off 500 calories. Just do your normal routine. Eat breakfast, okay? Um, don't feel any guilt, don't feel any shame. And also, another tip is make sure you guys have something raw on your plate. All right. So that looks like, if you have a salad, somebody should make a salad. Somebody should have a salad or some fruit, right? Especially like for breakfast or something like that. Because what happens is a lot of people end up getting super duper constipated because they didn't have anything living on their plate. Okay. So for this Thanksgiving, make sure you have something that is alive on your plate. And I say living, I mean like something uncooked. So that could be a salad, right? Like, you got all your collard greens and candy yams and all the stuff that you got on your plate, but somebody should have a salad, right? Put a salad, put some fruit, something on your plate, because if you don't, then you have this brick of food that will just kind of get stuck and it won't have enough fiber to make it through your colon and you get constipated, okay? And we want to avoid constipation. Another tip I would tell my team would be this is a tough one, okay? Keep Thanksgiving to just Thanksgiving. All right. Like Thanksgiving doesn't have to last all weekend. All right. Okay. Thanksgiving don't have to last all weekend. Somebody hanging up the phone right now. Oh. Thanksgiving does not have to last all weekend. All right. So, some tips for that. One, okay, if you got a whole vegan or plant based household, you'll notice that most of the foods that you cook will already be like probably good and clean, right? And you can do things like, of course, swapping out white sugar and brown sugar for coconut sugar, right? Agave nectar, all still sweeteners, but just on the maybe lower glycemic side, right? So that's fine. But sometimes, you be eating on them same Thanksgiving sides for too many days. All right. So if you're cooking food at home, use really good, healthy, high quality ingredients. All right. And then you can kind of eat it for another day or two. Okay. Because you've used all really good ingredients. But if you're making some kind of like, impossible meat stuff and, just highly processed foods, you want to keep it to just the Thanksgiving Day meal. I know this is probably tough for some people to hear. Okay. But if you're, cooking it at home, you don't have to, depends on how big your family is, how much you'll make. But if you're going out for Thanksgiving, that's really ideal because you can bring whatever plant-based food items you want to bring to the event. You can make a little to go and you can go home. And then Thanksgiving can be over with and it won't wreck your weight loss journey because you haven't taken this, 6,000 calorie meal into 2 days and 3 days. Okay. Um, if you went in a little bit too hard, make sure that you're drinking plenty of water the next day to start the process of cleansing your body because you don't want anything to get stuck. Okay. You don't want all that sugars and foods and things to get stuck and not be able to move out of your body. Okay. So if I got any vegans around that, no, this is their first vegan Thanksgiving, I highly recommend that you look on YouTube. There's a lot of people that have a lot of great recipes. Shop at stores like Sprouts and Whole Foods and, There's some really good markets that will help you with vegan items so that you can have everything that you want for Thanksgiving. Okay. If you're going to someone's house, I always recommend that you bring a vegan dish. Okay. And you better put your foot in this vegan dish. All right. This vegan dish you make better be so fire because everybody around you's gonna be looking and being like, what she got? What's that? Let me taste that. You know? So make sure you season it up well, make a good impression, and bring enough to share. Because even though people may clown you, which I'm gonna talk about that in a second, people may clown you for being vegan at the Thanksgiving. You just have to make sure that you bring enough because they're going to want to taste it. They're going to want to taste it, and you have to have something so that you can have a backup for yourself. Okay, and also have some food at home. All right. If there's anybody that's experiencing their first vegan Thanksgiving, I'd be really interested to chat with you. Okay, guys. So let me see what else I would recommend. And sometimes, like, I got a story. I went to Atlanta a few years ago for Thanksgiving. This wasn't my first Thanksgiving, but my family invited me, and they knew that me and my sister were vegan. And me and my sister, we had our little plan. Like, okay, we're gonna go to the Whole Foods, we're gonna get this, this, and this, so we can have our little Thanksgiving meal with our family. But when we got there, I mean, they had like butternut squash made, they had like all kinds of vegan things for me and my sister at our family Thanksgiving. So we were kind of like, whoa, surprised because we didn't know that they knew how to even make anything. But we had really great support for Thanksgiving. But if you don't have that kind of support with your family and you're, trying to, it could be anything. You like, okay, I don't eat pork or I don't eat beef or, or I'm vegan for Thanksgiving and you might not get love and support. Um, Michelle Obama said, when they go low, I say take it to the flow. Okay. Clap back. Okay. I'm just teasing, but just remember what your reason why is for eliminating whatever it is that you want to eliminate out of your diet. Okay. So if it's like you went vegan for health reasons or vegan for spiritual reasons, and really it's all spiritual. When people go plant-based or even vegan, it's usually always something spiritual. It always will come down to it, right? A belief. Okay. But whatever the reason is, just remember what your reason why is. And when you go into these situations with family, they be the ones, okay? Just remember what your reason why is. And please don't do the thing where you're like, oh, I'm gonna pick the pork out of the greens and I can eat it. No, that don't count. Okay. Your stomach will hurt so bad. All right. And if you feel yourself getting tempted or there's something like, I know I want this, then make it yourself. All right. And try your best to make it. Don't count on anybody else to make something. I really enjoy Thanksgiving because I'm pretty strict and pretty disciplined throughout the year. So that's why I gave you guys some of these tips because I'm like, my team members, they're pretty regimented. They're pretty much eating same things, right? In different order or different composition, right? So when it comes to Thanksgiving, really enjoy yourself. Like take time, enjoy your meal, enjoy your family, all right? And also remember that, this is a holiday that's surrounded around food, and all of our holidays are usually surrounded. Thank you for the hearts. All of our holidays are usually surrounded by food, okay? But really the purpose of the holiday is to spend time with your family. All right? So even if you don't get what you wanted to get or whatever else, there's always Christmas. But remember being thankful for the opportunity to be around your family, celebrating, and you'll be able to see. I don't know if I got any vegans out there, but you'll be able to see like if you cannot eat something and you actually don't have your head in your plate, you'll be able to see your family laugh and joke and just be themselves without focusing so much with your head down in your plate all the time. You'll be able to actually look up and see, like, oh, so this is what's really going on, you know? And I'm not saying that you couldn't see it when you had your head in your plate all the time, but when you actually, it's like removing a sense. Like when you remove like your sight or you remove your taste, you're able, your other senses come alive and you're like, wow, look at the love. Look at the love. Mo Palmer. That's not like we could be related. Advocates for the birds without turkeys no place. Yeah, compassionate on this side. Okay. Um, but so and then when Advocate for Birds jumped in the chat, I always takes me back to my clap back. Don't clap back unless they clapping at you. Okay. It's kind of like how your mother used to tell you, if they hit you first, then you hit them back. All right. I'm not one of those vegans that's like, I'm going to attack you. I'm not even one of those Christians that's like, I'm going to force my way on you. I'm not like that. I'm more so, I got my armor. If you come at me, if you send for me, I will come for you. Okay. That's just kind of how I do it. All right. Um, yeah, you guys got questions about anything, please be sure to let me know. You guys, so I've been talking about it for a while, but my bombshell method, I'm going to be putting out more content about it. So every year I help women transition to eating whole food plant-based, okay? For whatever reason that they want to transition to being whole food plant-based, if it's for health, if it's for spiritual reasons, if it's for the animals, whatever the reason is, and you just kind of can't kick it, or you just don't know how to kick the habit of eating animals, or you don't know what recipes, or you're trying to heal high blood pressure or shrink fibroids, and you've heard the word that being plant-based is the way to go. I help women actually make that transition every January. Okay. This year is called the Bombshell Method. And it's really more than just a fitness routine. It's more than just a fitness program. It's really a transformation for mind, body, and heart. All right. I feel, I'm no prosthetic person or anything like that. I don't think, but I really do feel like in 2025, it's really going to be about opening your heart. Okay. And opening your heart to, of course, loving yourself, right? Accepting yourself, but really loving others. Okay. Because I just feel like it's going to be some things going on, and you're really going to have to learn how to love thy neighbor and love yourself, and really accepting yourself in your true raw form. And when you accept yourself, you do go through the process of working on yourself, right? Your physique, you want to feel confident, you want to feel strong, and it's a part of love, right? It's a part of loving yourself. It's taking the time to take care of yourself. And there are some people out there, it starts with what they eat, right? Like some people are like, oh, let me start eating healthy. And then they start going to the gym, right? Or start working out. But there are a lot of people that are kind of like, let me get this workout in. Let me go walk for an hour. Let me walk my kids. And then you'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna eat a salad. Like let me try to, do something. So no matter which way you are, it all works together. Now, if you guys know me, I really focus a lot on nutrition, because you know that's how you will prevent and thrive, through nutrition. Okay. That's how you can prevent disease, through nutrition. And of course, moving your body is also a component of it. Okay. But in 2025, January 6th, I'm going to be in the process of really building some bombshells. And when you think of the word bombshell, isn't for me, it's not just physique, right? But it's just like boom, 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 like this confident woman that just knows what she deserves and knows what she wants. Anybody ever ask you, like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I don't know. That's most women. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, you need to know what you want. I want you to know what you want. Okay. So when somebody says, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to do? What kind of woman are you? What do you expect? What kind of man do you want? What kind of relationship do you want? You're like, I want this, I want that. And you'll be able to name it off because you will be that, right? A lot of women, you want a man or a partner that's consistent, but you ain't. But you ain't consistent. You want a man, a partner that's loving and generous and kind, but you ain't. You ain't. You ain't generous. You ain't loving. You ain't kind. Okay? Hey. Hey, Daryl. Okay? You want somebody that's like, oh, I'm going to help you and do this, but you ain't helping nobody do nothing. How am I doing today? I'm doing great. I'm getting sleepy, actually. I've been doing this thing where I've been getting up really early. And it makes me go to sleep earlier, which I'm happy about. But you have to be a reflection of what you want, right? Like, ladies, there's a lot of people out here right now, coaches and influencers, that are telling us, like, you need a provider, you need this, you need that, and you should this, and you deserve that. And I'm all for it. Check, check, check. Yes, we want providers. We want loving men. We want partners that are, giving and loving, but you have to be that. Like, you have to be that in order to get that. Not exactly in the same way, but you have to be a person that can give that. It's just how I feel, you know? It's like, you want somebody that is loving and patient, but you're not patient with your pet. You're not patient with your kids. You're not patient with the lady at the store. You're not patient with anybody. You're quick to snap, but you want somebody that's really loving and understanding and caring. It's like you have to work at being loving and understanding and caring to be able to attract what you want. Okay? I was listening to some people. I listen to a lot of people sometimes. I listen to little gems and things. But really, the bombshell method is about acknowledging who you are, right? And being able to know that you have everything you need within yourself. Okay. So it's like, it's not looking from on the outside to be fulfilled, right? Like, everything you need is here. I don't know how many spiritual people I have around on these lives, but, like, you know, for example, if somebody, I don't know, uses crystals, right? Like, they got crystals. They use crystals for confidence. They wear crystals on their band. Some people use tarot cards, right? Some people use cards to be able to understand what's going on. Some people go to psychics to be able to understand what's going on with their life. And really, regardless of whatever religion you are, those are just tools, right? Like, you have everything you need within yourself, but you just have to be, hey, queen. You just have to be confident enough, aware enough, quiet enough to be able to hear what God is telling you. Okay? Like, those are just tools. And tools are cool, whatever tool you want to use, right? It could be a rosemary, it could be anything. Tools are cool. But you have to know And God will speak to you, and you have everything that you need inside. Am I saying something funny? Somebody hitting the funny button. Amen. Okay. You have everything you need within yourself, right? So when I talk about the bombshell method, if you guys want to apply for it, the link is in my bio. Okay. Or if you're on Instagram, you could just type the word bombshell and you'll get an application sent to you. But really, when I think of a bombshell, it's just really a confident woman, right? It doesn't mean you got to be a size 2 or anything like that, but it is a woman that does take care of herself. Okay. Because a woman that takes care of herself is able to take care of a relationship, able to take care of her children, able to take care of her job, right? And she attracts a lot of things, actually. I'm a firm believer that when you're beautiful, you attract a lot of things. Like you'll attract the scam artists, you'll attract the thieves, you'll attract the you'll attract them all. Okay. Now who you allow to stay is what is going to be the key. Okay. Who you allow to stay. Why? Because you'll know exactly what you want. And you're like, okay, I attracted the scammer, I attracted the thief, I attracted the this, I attracted that, I attracted light, I attracted dark, I attracted. But what did I said I wanted? I said I wanted a man of God. I said I wanted a dependable partner. I said I wanted positivity. And you're able to go within yourself, your list or whatever it is, and be able to say, like, okay, we got Tom, Dick, and Harry over here, but this ain't what I want. And feel confident that that's not all that's coming. There's more coming. Okay, there's more coming. There's more blessings, more options. You'll attract a lot of things, but it'll be really, really good for you to know exactly what you want. All right. And then also being able to be the woman that you desire to be. I always say that. And I truly mean that. And I say it not as if it's like some type of destination, like, oh, I'm the woman that I want to be, like that's it. No, I think you're always building up to being this woman that you desire to be. But, right now, and again, it's not all about physique. Like, it doesn't have to be a woman that's a size 2 or a size 6 or nothing like that. But most women, and you guys can tell me in the chat, give me one trait of the woman you desire to be, right? Like I said before, she could be patient. She could be a person that wakes up early. She could be a woman that just is really particular about, she eats all organic. I don't know, whatever it is that the woman you want to be. She could be bougie. She could be sophisticated. She could be an early riser. She was like, yeah, I'm the woman I want to be, works out. The woman I want to be, yeah, she likes green juices and stuff, right? That's who I see in my mind. Like, yeah, she's healthy. The woman I desire to be is healthy. So how do I get on that track? The woman I desire to be is consistent. And when you guys get consistent, you'll notice like it flows into other areas of your life. Okay? Like if y'all can get consistent with like making your bed every day, your world can change. If you can get consistent with taking your vitamins every day, your herbs, your world will change. Your productivity levels would change. Okay? If you could just start with one thing that you're not being consistent with, and then it will run its way over, bubble itself over to the gym, bubble itself over to eating healthy, eating more vegetables. Hey, Ashley. The one with me has clarity and takes action. I love that. I love that. She said the woman she desires to be has clarity and takes action. And if you want to attract people of the same sort, same way, right? You need to start being a person of clarity and a person of action. And you'll notice that you'll start bringing people around. And the next thing you know, y'all both be clear and taking action. I love that, Ashley. I love that. Okay. And to kind of like, how you say that? Um, they'd be like, whatever. When they piggyback off of the clarity, you know, I was telling my friend earlier, a lot of times when we don't know how to de-stress, right? We don't know how to separate work and home. We don't necessarily eat the best. That can really play around with our mental clarity, right? Like it, yeah, they're gonna think I'm crazy, but there's people in here that are plant-based people that are vegan. Once you get rid of a lot of the processed foods, your mind will open up, right? There'll be like cloudiness gone. The brain fog will be removed. All right. You'll be able to think more clearly. Okay. And you'll even be happier. You guys know the gut is called the second brain. Some of you guys knew that, but your gut is considered the second brain. All right. That's why when people say things like, oh, I got butterflies in my stomach, right? I got sick to my stomach, or it's like it's connected, right? Your gut knows your instincts before you do sometimes, right? That's why you start getting nervous and things start to happen, like IBS. IBS is really just like anxiety, you stress, okay? It's almost like ulcers and things like that, worry, stress, right? Once you cleanse your gut, your serotonin levels will start to raise again, right? We know serotonin is like what makes us happy, right? And why is our serotonin in our gut? Why is the thing that makes us happy in our gut? But yet we have a really dirty gut. Like we're not cleansing it out. We're not eating the greens and the vegetables and the fruits to keep our gut cleansed. And we wonder why we're unhappy. Because our happy hormones is in our gut, and it's full of red dye and pesticides and Chick-fil-A. Okay, so you have to, in order to get mental clarity, you have to cleanse your body. Okay, so like I was saying before, I've been talking about the bombshell method, which is going to be my plant-based program for 2025. It starts January 6th. I've been doing it every year for the last 5 years. Okay, this year is called the Bombshell Method. And everybody that joins the program gets, for their herbs, 21-day cleanse. It's already included. Okay, I ship it to your house because you will cleanse. You will cleanse your gut, cleanse your colon, cleanse your lymphatic system. Okay, cleanse your liver. Who've been out there drinking? I've been drinking. I've been drinking. Cleanse out your liver, cleanse out your colon, cleanse your lymphatic system, cleanse out any parasites. Okay, parasites. A lot of people be scared to see the parasites, but it's more scary to have them inside than gone. Okay, cleanse out the parasites. If you eat meat, you have parasites. Okay, if you have a pet, you have parasites. All right. If most people that, even people that are vegan, can get parasites, right? But we know. Didn't y'all see Keith Lee the other day? He had some sushi and it had the parasite on it, and he was like, I didn't have any issues, but yeah, we need some parasites, but then there's some parasites that we have an abundance of, and they need to get out. Okay, tapeworms and all that stuff. Okay, cleanse for parasites, cleanse the lymphatic system, cleanse your colon, cleanse your bladder, your kidneys. Okay, because a lot of us don't drink enough water, don't drink enough, don't eat enough, don't eat enough of living foods to be able to cleanse our bladder. All right, so this is called the Bombshell Method. All right, it's a 6-week program. If any ladies got fibroids, any ladies got iron deficiency, and you've been eating all the meat and you still got low iron, this program is for you. Okay. Any women that are like, I want to have a baby in 2025 and I'm trying to have a baby. I want to have the most healthiest child. This program is for you. Okay. I had a consultation with um, someone that wants to join the bombshell method because you have to apply to be in the bombshell method. I'm only taking 10 women. So it's going to be a very exclusive and quaint group. But she says, Rashida, I'm trying to have a baby in 2025 and I got PCOS and they're telling me it's impossible. And I'm like, all right, you're a great candidate for this program. You guys, you don't understand the power of nutrition. Like, y'all are scared. A lot of people are scared, right? But when you really take it to the earth, right, to the ground, right, to where you're able to eat from the earth, your whole world will change. Your periods will get lighter. Your fibroids will start to shrink. Your doctor will be amazed. Your blood pressure will get reduced. Your cholesterol will drop down in 2 weeks. You'll start to feel better. Your sex drive will come back. Your edges will start growing back in. I mean, it's like your whole world changes once you decide to go whole food plant based. Okay. Which is different than going vegan or different than going plant based. Okay. Somebody keep touching the laughing button. Thank you for the hearts. If everybody could put some hearts, that'd be great because then that means more people can see my live. But because I don't know, am I funny? I am funny. I am quite comical. You guys have, thank you for the hearts. You guys have seen my reels and things like that. Because I love to dance and I love to just laugh and play around. But you guys, like when I'm your coach, you still get that. You still get me being me. But is this really like it's a serious thing, right? I think I laugh a lot and I dance a lot to kind of draw people in. But then really when you see the vision and the purpose behind it, like, ah, she ain't playing no games. Because I'm not playing no games. Okay. I went vegan. I like to say vegan sometimes and plant-based interchangeably because I am for the animals. Okay. But I went plant-based. It took me a little while to finally commit to it because I didn't really know. I did pescatarian for like 5 years. Yeah, it was almost like 5 years before I went fully vegan. Okay. My mother, she passed away from colon cancer. So you guys will really understand why I always emphasize cleansing your body and making sure that you don't eat these foods that are highly processed, high in fat, high in sodium. Okay. You get colon cancer from eating a high fat diet, high fat, high fat diet, not moving, not exercising. And I tell the story over and over and over again. But when I was in college, I took a nutrition class because I didn't go to college for nutrition. I went to college for something else, right? And the teacher told me, he was like, if you exercise for 75 minutes a week, vigorous exercise, so high intensity, 75 minutes, you reduce your chances of cancer by 50%. And I was like, whoa, 50%? And that's from the American Heart Association. And back then I didn't understand. It was like an elective. I was in school for business, marketing. And I didn't understand. I was like, 50%? I need 50%. I was like, my mom has cancer because she was still battling cancer. My grandfather and my grandmother, they died from cancer to pancreas, lung cancer when I was younger. So 50% was like, yo, I need 50% because on this side of the family, that's 50%. If I could knock that out with exercising for 75 minutes a week, I could do that. And guess what? I fell off, right? And then I was like, okay, I can't be falling off like this. I got to find a way to stay committed to it. So I ended up going to school to be a personal trainer. I said, okay, if I spend this money on a certification, certification costs money. Certification is like thousands of dollars. So I said, I'm gonna spend this money on a certification and then I'm gonna stick to working out. And I know myself. I know when I put the money down, I'm committed. If I don't put no money down, I'm not committed. I know myself. I have to invest in myself to stay committed. Okay. So I put the money down and I invested in myself and I became a personal trainer. Then I graduated from college, started working corporate job, still found a way to work out, took my gym bag to work and I was working out. Okay. Eventually I learned more about nutrition and I'm telling you guys, I don't know if you'll meet anybody that got a a fiend. Like I got this thing for nutrition. It's like I could stay up all night reading about it. I can look at all the studies. It could be midnight. I'm looking up stuff. Okay, I am like a fanatic. Okay, I like learning about foods. I've always loved foods. I wanted to be a chef, right? So I love learning like how to use food for its greater purpose, how to get the most flavor out of it, how to get less calories out of certain things, how to, just be healthy. Like I love nutrition and cooking in all its forms. Okay. So then I started to learn like, oh snap, and it's like abs is made in the kitchen. It's might said that, and it's might say, oh my gosh, it's 80% nutrition, 20% working out. So I had to start looking at like, oh my gosh, okay, I got to pay more attention to the food that I'm eating. So then, I started paying more attention to the food I was eating, and then eventually, um, I went vegan. But that was like after my mother passed away, and I was like, I need to change some things with my diet, right? Because I wasn't committed. And then, so the first step, like I told you guys, it was fitness. And then it came into nutrition. And then later on, I was like, you know what? Your mindset, your belief is super important to your health, right? Because it's like you can do all the burpees, you could do all the kale and spinach wraps, and if your mind is in a belief of illness and sickness, you can get sick. If your heart isn't releasing its anger, if you're not expressing anger, if you're not expressing disappointment, if you're not thinking about forgiveness and letting things go, holding resentment, you can get sick. Oh, Queen. I would always be telling my story, and I'd be thinking like I've said it a billion times, but I probably just got to make sure I say it every time. But thank you. Um, yeah, it's like you have to be in alignment, right? Your fitness, your eating, and you can't be holding grudges. You can't be, holding in resentment and anger and frustration. That will manifest into disease as well. So that's why this bombshell method is super important because I want women to know it's more than just working out. You working out and you just nasty. You just got a bad attitude. You don't forgive. You're holding resentment. You're angry. You mad. You listen to some coach that's like, don't ever let him ever do it. And you like, listening to hurt people teach you lessons. Okay. And you're like, I don't understand. I could be so fine, but I'm not attracting the type of people, the lifestyle that I want. Hey, Keisha, I think I saw Keisha coming here. Okay. You're like, I'm just not getting what I want. I'm just not attracting what I want. And I'm physically looking great. I'm eating the food I'm going to eat, but I just can't seem to, I don't know, let that pain go. Right. So the bombshell method 2025 is really going to be about being the woman you desire to be, being able to let things go, being able to heal, being able to move forward, getting past grief, opening up your heart. And the journey, it just keeps going. Okay. So that's how I became vegan and that's how I transitioned. Some of you guys know 3 years ago, I went to Ghana to see my dad. And that was like a whole healing experience. Okay. You have to let go. Like you have to let go of I had to let go of a lot of pain and resentment, right? And it's like, resentment is just disappointment that people weren't who you expected them to be. Okay, that's what resentment is. You had some expectation of how they were supposed to treat you or interact with you, and they failed at it. And now you hold resentment. So you have to let that go, because resentment will turn into cancer. All right. Had to let that go. So then I'll share with you another thing. I went to Bali. I don't know if you guys remember. Some of you guys have been following me for a while. And usually people that join my programs have been following me for a while. Um, and that's just because I survey everybody. But I went to Bali a year ago, almost. I got back from Bali, was it last year? So almost a year and so ago. And I went to Bali by myself. It was a solo trip, which I highly recommend that you guys take a solo trip. And, I'm searching for, like I'm not necessarily searching for healing, but I'm open. I'm open to healing. I'm open to whatever the universe wanted to bring me. I was open to it. So I didn't go looking for no shaman. I didn't, none of that. A friend that happens to be a friend from Los Angeles meets me at my layover in Taiwan. Like I had a layover in Taiwan, and my friend was actually in Taiwan at the airport the same exact time, like crazy. She's like, "This is a shaman I want you to see." You got a fitness question. I'm gonna pin it. This is a shaman you should see. So I'm like, okay, now I done got a shaman. I don't believe in coincidences. Okay. So I go and see the shaman, and the shaman is like, you need to heal your heart. And I'm like, I think I've been healing my heart. I've been healing my heart. Like I've been open, been green, right? I got the chakras, shaka. Like I it's open, right? So I'm here. And he was like, you gotta let something go. And he was like, somebody left you, your mom, something. And I was like, oh my God, right? And he was like, you gotta let this go. And I immediately knew what he meant. Okay. So my mom, when she passed, we had her ashes. And for about a year, I was like, I don't know what to do with these ashes. And everybody kept telling me, you subconsciously are keeping them. And I was like, I don't want these ashes. But subconsciously, I definitely think I was keeping them. So when I got back, I met up with my sister and we released the ashes, and a lot of things changed. And it's really about letting go. Again, the bombshell method is not just about physical appearance. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a ceremony of like, it's all online, but you got to release and you got to let things go. Okay. To be the woman you desire to be. I'm going to answer this question from Queen. 75 minutes cardio only, or does that include strength training? Okay, so with the study, so the 75 minutes is vigorous exercise. Vigorous exercise, 75 minutes. That's like heart rate of, well, depending on, your age and your weight and your gender, you want to get into the yellow red zone. Okay. So for me, 75 minutes of vigorous exercise would be between like zone 3. That's a good way of telling you, like zone 3, 75 minutes. But you can also do, I think it's like 25 minutes 3 times a week. And it also will reduce the chances of cancer as well. And the reason behind that is because it will help you reduce body fat. You guys, when you have too much body fat, it makes you susceptible to type 2 diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol. That's the reason behind it. It took me a while to figure out what it was. I was like, oh, because if you have low body fat, right? If you're being consistent with your exercise and you're working out and you're eating right, if you have a lower body fat, you're least susceptible to these food related illnesses. Okay. So making sure that you are staying active and moving your body. All right. Good question. Very good question. Okay. But when I got back, like I was saying, I had to let my mother's ashes go. And that was another form of release, right? And that one felt pretty good. Okay. So this is what the Basha method is. Okay. So it's a 6-week program. Usually, when I do these plant based transition programs, they're usually 30 days. And when they're 30 days, it's just enough time to kind of get you through a detox, but not enough time to actually create a lifestyle change. All right. So we added an extra couple weeks just so that you can find a way to make it a lifestyle. Okay. So, not just a detox, not just to eat raw, not just working out, but it's like, okay, how do we fit this into your life? And that's why this group is going to be pretty small. All right. It's only going to be about 10 women. Okay. And I've already got about 4. All right. So, I'm very selective on who I would like to be in the program. I know, selective, all right? Because this is not a program that's for anybody that's not serious about their transformation or their holistic wellness, okay? I'll have guest speakers joining us. We'll have vision boards. We're creating vision boards, manifestation, circles and things like that so that we can really involve the heart and bringing it really full circle. Now, of course, I'm going to be your coach when it comes to your nutrition and your fitness, but I'll have other team members that will be really, really great at helping you learn how to meditate, helping you remember how to journal, journal. I am learning to enjoy journaling. When you journal in the morning, it's almost like writing out a spell on how you want your day to be. Like there's so much power in when you wake up in the morning and you say, this is how my day is going to be. This is how my day is going to flow. This is how I want to feel. This is what it is. And, you go about your day. It's really setting intention. Okay. But if you guys are interested in joining that, signing up, everybody that signs up, well, when you sign up and you fill out the application, okay, I'll be able to get your application and then I'll be able to read it, assess it. And if I feel like you're a good fit, I'll schedule you a consultation call. Okay, I'll send you a link, pick out the time that you want, and then we'll be able to schedule the call. All right. When you sign up for the program, I'll send you out a big old gift box. Okay. The gift box will have your herbs in it. You get 500 capsules of all the organs for cleansing. You get a few other things in your box as well. You'll get a welcome kit. You'll get a journal. You'll get a lot of beautiful things in your kit. All right. So this sounds like something you're interested in. You can comment the word bombshell and it'll go directly to your inbox. I got it set up like that. Or you can just go to link in bio if you want to see you commenting bombshell for whatever reason, and fill out an application. All right. Black Friday is coming up. That will be the day where prices will change. Okay. So right now it's at the lowest price. And I really do advise that you fill out the application right now and schedule your interview. All right. Well, I'll schedule an interview if you feel like, we are a good match. If we're meshing as, client and coach. All right. But now, because prices won't stay, because it's like right now it's a little early talking about 2025. I know that, right? It's a little early. But as soon as y'all eat all this food, y'all gonna be like, oh, I need to get into the gym. And then you're gonna start looking for a coach. So right now you're getting early bird prices. Okay. If you're a person that's like, you know what, I know I can't even commit to something like that. You can also go to verdureherbs.com. Link is in my bio as well. And we're having our Black Friday sale. Everything is 40% off Thursday to Friday. 40% off. So that's 40% off the herbs, the cleanses, everything. All right, the entire store. All right, guys. Thank you so much for spending this hour with me. I'm going to get better at doing this more often. I'll be talking more about the bombshell method, showing you more of the guests that I'll have. But you guys have a really great evening. Bye, guys. Let's end that and end that here.